Hey everybody, this is Coaster Crazy 10. Welcome to another video. I'm trying something out a little bit different today. This is going to be my N64 collection. I'm behind the camera just because it's easier to show it on the shelf than it is to take it off and have it on my desk, since desk space is at a premium at this point. I am going to start with loose carts, which I stupidly didn't pull out before. So let me see if I can get these without causing too much trouble. Game Boy games are falling. Okay, here we go. So, stack of loose cartridges here. First one here is StarCraft 64. Actually, I can bring these up here. This game, I haven't actually played it, but as far as I can tell, it's a reasonable port. It's really hard to port something like this to a console. This is definitely something that's not easy to come by. I got this in a Craigslist lot. I got it for a really good deal. So I'm holding on to it for now. I'm looking out for a loose copy, or a complete copy, but it's hard to find. Paper Mario. Unfortunately, I haven't played this yet. It's definitely on my short list to play for the NES, or for the the N64. And I got this from my cousin, actually. And he really loved it, and he wanted to give it to me so I could play it, have a chance to play it. So, very happy with this. And, yeah, just Paper Mario. Resident Evil 2, unbelievable that they could fit this on an N64 cartridge. Mario Golf, this is one of my games from my childhood. It's my last name over there. You can try to read it, but it's really extremely German. This is a lot of fun, a very arcadey experience. It just makes golfing so much more fun. I loved the mini golf in this. It was just an incredibly fun game. Banjo-Tooie, unfortunately don't have a box for this yet. Looking out for it though, have been looking for several months. Every time I tried to play this, it lags on my N64, so it's been a really unpleasant experience. So hopefully I can find a solution for that, because I know it doesn't lag for most people, so that's kind of weird. Yoshi's Story, this was a kind gift from my good friend Jeff Goffman. Really, really nice guy. This is an incredibly fun little game. My girlfriend and I played this, and we just really enjoyed it, so definitely awesome. Looking out for a box for that. This is my childhood copy of Super Mario 64. I have a box copy over here, but I'll get to that in a second. Everyone knows this is an incredible game. It's hard to go wrong with a little bit of Mario, so this is awesome. Don't need to say much about that. My childhood copy of Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I've got a box copy of it over here as well. So, yeah, awesome game. Childhood copy of 007 GoldenEye. Really fun. Probably got me into gaming more than almost anything else. I played this a lot with my dad and my brother and my friends, and we really, really enjoyed it. I believe this is my childhood copy of Diddy Kong Racing. No name on this. I don't know why. But the reason I keep all my childhood copies and then I keep my box copies separate is because I like to be able to know what's what. I mean, my dad gave these to me because he bought them, but he gave them to me when I started collecting. And, you know, I don't want to sell them off. I don't want to get them mixed up with my own collection. I want them to be separate, so I keep them separate. So there's that. And then lastly, a childhood copy of Donkey Kong 64. A lot of fun. A lot of people give it a lot of hate because it's a collectathon, but I really enjoy it. You know, I'm a game collector, so what's wrong with collecting something in a game? I mean, it's like, it just doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but a lot of people make it out to be that, so there's that. Alright, off to the completes. I'm going to try this out. Got to have the move games out of the way, but there we go. So, 1080 degrees snowboarding. I played this for the first time about 3 years ago with one of my friends from college here, and she's a huge fan of it. We both loved it. I really enjoyed this game. It's a lot of fun to just pick up and play with your friend. Unfortunately, it is only 2 players, but definitely a lot of fun, and it's not very expensive, so awesome game to play with your friend. And, like, I guess with friends, but you just have to take turns. Here we have Banjo-Kazooie. I got really lucky in finding this copy. I got it in a lot of stuff, so this is in really nice shape. I love Banjo-Kazooie. Played it a ton when I was a kid. You know, it was tough for me because I was pretty young when this game came out, but I really like watching my dad play it, and my friends love it too, so it's an excellent game. Definitely a masterpiece. One of Rare's best, I think. This next game here is Battle Tank Global Assault. I played a decent amount of the first Battle Tanks with my same friend who I played 1080 Degrees Snowboarding with. I have not played this particular game yet, but if it's anything like the first, it's a tank game with a kind of a deathmatch vibe to it. You can play against players or the AI, so it's pretty fun. Not the greatest game in the world, but it's fun enough. Here we have Beetle Adventure Racing. This is a really fun racer on the N64. It kind of has an arcadey feel, but it's not overly so. It actually is pseudo-realistic in that the graphics are like close to real life. I mean, it's definitely no Gran Turismo, but it's also no Ridge Racer, so it kind of fills in that void somewhere in between there. A lot of fun. Next game is Blast Corps. Got really lucky with this copy on eBay. Got it for like 12 bucks, and it's really nice condition. So, really happy with this. This is a vehicular combat destruction kind of thing. It's a lot of stupid fun. I mean, it's got a loose story to it, but really the emphasis is on just driving your trucks into stuff and blowing stuff up. So, awesome, love it. Criminally underrated and overlooked. Here we have my copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day, probably the crowning piece of my N64 collection as far as games are concerned. You probably know about this game. It's a lot of fun. It's very vulgar, but that's the whole point. 4-player deathmatch mode is a ton of fun. I remember playing this with my cousin a long time ago, and we both loved it, and I mean, we were the only two of my family that really enjoyed it, but this game is excellent. I really need to play through this game in its entirety. I haven't actually beat it, but I'm really looking forward to the day that I can sit down and play it. Next game here is a copy of Diddy Kong Racing. If I can get this out. There we go. Gotta be careful with this, the way these are stacked. I bought this from my good friend, Coach Mill's blog. He gave me a really good deal on this. He found this at a garage sale and passed it on to me. One of my favorite games in the N64. I remember playing this for hours with my dad. We would, race against each other. We'd help each other on the career mode. I was the only one in my family that could do the space stages. I remember this distinctly. My dad absolutely had the worst time with the space stages. Actually, the flying in general. And that was really the only thing I could do. Everything else I was terrible at. But a lot of good memories with this game, playing with my dad. So really fun. I think that a lot of people are like, oh, Mario Kart's the best kart racer. But I actually would venture to say that this is the best kart racer on the N64. And I'm not just saying that because of nostalgia. I think it actually has the best mix of everything because it has a career mode that actually is a real career mode. It's really a lot of fun. Donkey Kong 64, I already kind of gave you my thoughts on this. This is complete. It's got the expansion pack inside. I have like 5 expansion packs and 3 copies of this game. But it's a great game, and I absolutely love it, so not much more is needed to be said about that. Duke Nukem 0 Hour. This is, I believe, the second Duke Nukem on the N64. I have not actually played this yet, but it's kind of in the style of Turok in terms of the controls, and I don't think it's ever going to really beat the original Duke Nukem on the PC because it just played so well on the PC, but I'm interested to give this a shot someday. We have F-Zero X. This was a very kind donation by my good friend Pete Snestastic. Actually, it really wasn't a donation, it was a Christmas gift in return for what I sent him, so many thanks to you, Pete, for that. I've said that many times, but I still am very thankful. Awesome game. I love the F-Zero games. The sense of speed that you get with these games is just so incredible, especially this one. I mean, it just flies by, and I believe it's clocked at a constant 60 frames per second, which is incredible for a game on the N64 in general, but something moving this fast is just mind-boggling. I just absolutely can't believe that they were able to do that. That is an awesome game. Really hard to find box, though. The eBayers really like to jack up the price. Complete copy of 007 GoldenEye, or GoldenEye 007 if you want to say that. I've already given my thoughts on this. Absolutely love this as a kid. The multiplayer is just... It's so hard to beat multiplayer in the N64, and this is one of the best examples of N64 multiplayer. You're not going to find very many people who don't like this game, so absolutely love that. I love getting doing the big head cheat and playing all the missions. It just made them so much easier because you could get headshots on anybody. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Here's Jet Force Gemini. This is not sealed. It has, when I bought it, it came like this. It has the seal partially on there. As you can see. So it's in great shape, as you would expect, since it was pretty much sealed its entire life. This is, I don't know, I played this, and I am a big Rareware fan. I do love their work on the N64. It might just be that I'm not a fan of N64 shooters in general. I found the controls to be really clunky. I found the momentum of the characters to be really strange and heavy, and I really didn't ever get immersed in this game. I never really felt I was the character. I always just kind of felt disconnected, and I had to really try to get them to do what I wanted, so I didn't play too much in this game. Still, it's a Rareware game. It's something that, not a lot of people... I didn't know about this when I was younger, so it was an interesting discovery for me, and I'm sure if I can give the controls a second chance and get used to them, I could probably enjoy this game a lot more. But for now, the controls really hurt my opinion of this game. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Not much is needed to be said about this game, as I already said before. An absolute masterpiece. I don't know if it's the best game ever, but it's certainly one of them. I love the puzzles on this. It's cryptic, but it's just cryptic enough. And I just... everything about this, when I watched my dad play this when I was younger, I absolutely could not understand how to play this game when I was younger. But I watched my dad play it, and just my eyes were just wide open, and my jaw was slack all the time when I was watching it. It just blew my mind at every turn, and without having that experience, I think it's hard to really appreciate this game and what this game was. But I have this immense respect for this game. And I really, really need to play it again and really just get the experience for myself instead of just watching. So I absolutely love this game. And I'm so glad that I found it in such great shape at a yard sale. That just blows my mind. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I don't remember this game as much as Ocarina of Time, but I do remember some of it. I've watched a Let's Play of it to kind of refresh myself, and as great as Zelda Ocarina of Time is, I don't think this can quite compete with that because it came after. If they were two separate games that you were comparing, this would probably be better. It has a much more mature storyline. It maintains the same control scheme. It just expanded upon so much stuff in Ocarina of Time. It's just that what Ocarina of Time was, and at the point that it was released, it really made such a huge impression on me that it's hard for anything to compete with that in terms of the N64. So, great game. I need to play through this again for myself. This is great. Also, my childhood copy is actually in here. When I find another loose cart, I will plop it in here and remove my childhood copy. I just didn't have an extra copy for this, and I only got the box for it. Alright, go down to the bottom shelf now. Mario Kart 64. This Super Mario All-Stars is going to fall. Dang it. Alright, so here we go. This is a really fun game, but as I said before, I don't think it can really beat Diddy Kong Racing. My favorite Mario Kart is the Mario Kart on GameCube. I know that's most people's least favorite, but for some reason, I just really, really like that one. I think it had probably something to do with the fact that I played it with my friends back in grade school, so I really loved that game, and this is still a great game. It's still a lot of fun to play with friends, and as I said before, it's hard to beat co-op, or it's hard to beat multiplayer on Nintendo 64. I prefer Diddy Kong. The next game here is Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I'm going to try to keep things from falling as much as possible. I actually haven't played a whole lot of this. I remember I played Mortal Kombat 2 on the Super Nintendo, and I was awful, and that's kind of scared me from playing any more Mortal Kombat, but I don't think this is too bad. I mean, it looks pretty par for the course, so I definitely will give it a try someday, but it's not high on my list. What is happening? Okay, that was strange. Alright, Perfect Dark. I think it was getting caught on something, on the sticker, yep. I remember my dad got this game, and he wouldn't let me watch him play it because it was so much more mature than much else that was on the N64, and he really loved it, and I unfortunately have not really gotten to experience it for myself yet. As I said before, this game, or for Jet Force Gemini, this game is not sealed. It can't open up, but I bought it brand new for about this much, actually, from eBay, and I intend to keep it in as good condition as I can, so I'm using the cellophane in order to protect it. But, you know, from all indications, this is a great game, and I really am looking forward to playing this. I just need to find myself a little bit of time. I'm working on so many other games at the moment. Alright, this is going to make more stuff fall too. This is going to make me sad. Okay, that's not too bad. Pokemon Stadium. I remember this game like it was yesterday. I played so much of this game, just myself and with my cousin, importing my Pokemon from Pokemon Blue and seeing them big on my TV and getting to battle big on the TV. It was awesome. I don't know how much time I put into this game, but I know it was probably near 100 hours, and that was a lot for me back then. This particular copy is super complete. It has the cardboard insert, it has pretty much brand new Rumble Pack, and everything has the baggie, and it's immaculate condition. Highly recommended for anyone who has any ounce of nostalgia for Pokemon. Go ahead and grab that game. It's a lot of fun. So let's see if I can fix this without breaking anything or crushing anything. Oh no! There we go. There we go. Okay, Rayman 2, The Great Escape. This game is definitely panned unfairly, in my opinion. A lot of people give it a lot of crap because it's not as good as Mario, and it never was supposed to be as good as Mario. It's its own game, and you know, has its quirks. It's not perfect, but it is better than people make it out to be. Really enjoyed playing this game as a kid, and it's just really unfortunate that this is panned by retro gamers as bad as it is, because it really deserves people's attention more than it gets. I'm a big fan of this game, and I will always be a big fan of this game just because of, you know, I actually experienced it for myself. So hold on, I'm going to shift these over so these games don't fall. So give me 1 second. Okay, that should do the trick. Okay, Revolt. This is a vehicular combat game. It's alright. It's nothing spectacular, but it's good. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It didn't really strike me as anything, you know, super exciting. It was just good. There's nothing much to say about that. Starfox 64. Gonna have another one drop. This should be the last game that drop. Great game. This is, as I mentioned for my Pokemon Stadium, this is super duper complete. It has the Rumble Pack and everything, and all the baggies. So, love this game. It is something that I really need to give more time to because it's on my summer backlog, and summer is already halfway over. And I have only beaten about 2 levels of it so far, so really need to get in gear with that. But from what I have played, I've really enjoyed. It's a lot of fun, and it feels a lot like the Super Nintendo, but just polished, just way more polished. It's a lot of fun. It's a great game. The graphics are really good too. Recommended for anybody who likes the N64, period. It's just excellent. Next is Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Oh, this is really not wanting to come out for me. There we go. I have put criminally less... The amount of time I have put into this is criminally low. This game is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, and it's so much fun. I remember playing this when I was a little kid, and when I got it, I was like, man, I really want to play this. I played it at my cousin's house, I should clarify. When I got it for myself, I was like, man, I really want to play this, and I didn't play it for that long. This is a lot of fun. All the Star Wars games on the N64 are great, and I definitely need to put more time in this. I always forget that I have it, so that's kind of a problem. Super Mario 64. This is a gift from Pete Snestastic, as I mentioned. This is a Hong Kong version, which is partially why I keep a hold of my original cartridge. I'm going to leave this as is. I'm not going to put my original cartridge in here and sell off this cartridge or something like that. That'd be silly. I've already said pretty much everything I need to say about this game. Classic. Actually, I should just take that back. I have a story about this, kind of. I remember when we got our N64, I don't know exactly when, and I don't remember how long it had been out, but we went to the store, picked up the N64, and we picked up this game, and I remember we sat down, and my dad hooked it up, and we turned it on, and then, you know, you saw Mario's face, just this giant face, and he started like playing, like just clicking around, and he realized he could move his face around, and just the 3D effects were just incredible. And then when he started the game, I mean, we were all just dumbstruck. We were like, or dumbfounded, awestruck at the same time. I guess that's a new word. It was incredible. I mean, you know, again, by today's standards, this game doesn't look that great, but God, they hit the nail on the head with this perfectly. I mean, the graphics perfectly suit the Mario universe. The controls were perfect. And I remember, you know, my dad and I spending so much time on Rainbow Road trying to get all the stars, and I think we managed to finally do it, but it took a long time. Great game. I don't need to say much more about this. You guys already know how great that is. I absolutely love it. Super Smash Brothers. Well, it's the game that's currently in my N64, so that probably says volumes about how much I love this game. I played this game to death with my friends, all through freshman and sophomore year in the dorms, and I played it a couple times with them over junior year. It's just a lot harder living so far away from them, but oh my gosh, I can't even begin to quantify how much time I spent on this game. Absolutely fantastic game. I firmly believe this is the best in the series. I know that a lot of people much prefer Melee, but for me, this is where it's at. It's just the right pace, and it's hard to go wrong with a bit of Smash Brothers. So I would say this is probably my favorite game on the N64. It's really, really hard to beat this game, and there has been no brawler similar to this that has ever come close, in my opinion. Next game here is Tetrisphere. I haven't played much of this game, but essentially, I mean, as you can tell from the box, it's Tetris on a sphere. Interesting concept. It's more of a puzzle game than an arcade game, because with the original Tetris, you're just trying to go as long as you can, whereas this, you're given specific puzzles to do, and then you have to solve them. So it's an interesting twist on it. I'm not generally a huge fan of Tetris clones, but this is a decent one. If you find it cheap, I'd pick it up. It's not worth going out of your way for. Next game here is Turok Seeds of Evil. Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, in fact. Have not played this game. I got it for $2, and it is kind of a bit crushed. I'm not sure if you can see that, but Turok games, interesting to have. They have not aged well at all, but no, not too bad. Next game here is WWF Warzone. I think it's the 2 W's. I know the wrestling games on the N64 are supposed to be good. I'm not really a big wrestling fan. I got this as part of a lot, and I've really honestly yet to play it, so shame on me, I guess. Wave Race 64. This is awesome. This is so much fun. You know, on the surface, it doesn't seem that complicated, but when you actually have to take into account reading the waves and to really get good at this game, you have to really put a decent amount of time into it. So it's very fun. Definitely worthwhile to pick up. It's not easy to find. I don't see this very often, but definitely a good game. I really, really enjoy playing this game with friends. And the last game, please don't hurt yourself, Majora's Mask. Please. Okay. Wetrix. And I'm going to end this video off with a game that I haven't played yet. It looks kind of like a Mercury Meltdown, Marble Madness style game. Yeah, it definitely is. So, I mean, it seems pretty good. I've heard it recommended several times, and I got this for a very good price, so I do need to put some time into it. But yeah, sorry I ended up on the game I haven't played before. So that's my N64 collection, guys. You know, sans controllers and consoles. I don't have all my consoles, nor do I have all my controllers here, so I can't show you all those, but I do have 2 gray consoles, my original one and a complete one. I have a complete in-box green console with Donkey Kong and everything, and I have a loose Fire Orange console, which I actually have here. I've got several box controllers and tons of loose ones. I probably have about 10 controllers in various colors, so Big fan of the N64, as you can tell. So with that, guys, that is my entire N64 collection. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this angle works for this video. I'm using my new tripod that I got at a garage sale for $2, and it's very nice. So hopefully I can use this a little bit more often and do similar videos to this if this goes over well. So please let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in a few days with a new video.